Good afternoon. We're going to open the press conference with an opening statement from head coach Jeff Cameron. Then we'll open it up to questions for Coach and Justina King and Maddie Udy.
Thanks, Lindy. Proud of the effort. Obviously, glad to get the W, but I like the way we pushed through some adversity today. You know, it's all about responding, and we wasn't really going our way with the officiating, which is part of the game. You know, not to blame the officials for anything, but it's good to push through adversity and find a way to gut it out and find a way to win the basketball game, and we haven't always been able to do that, and we did it tonight.
Questions for Coach?
The players sort of already gave a quote on him, but third quarter, fourth quarter, I've covered a lot of college basketball games. I haven't seen a discrepancy like that very often. And I know coaches don't like to talk about the officials, but it seemed like once the whistles stopped blowing, I mean, you gave up 2 field goals in the whole quarter. Did you feel like that was the caliber of defense you were playing in the third quarter as well? I guess?
Yes. I thought, we're an aggressive team. So like I commented to the official, I know that, we're probably going to get some fouls called against us, but they're an aggressive team too. And I felt that, it was just a difference, but neither here or there. I thought the only way that they were able to score the basketball was at the free throw line, and I really thought we kind of, shut them down to a certain extent and forced them to take tough shots, and their last resort was to put it on the floor, right? And we got blown by. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we got to contain the ball better, but I thought, mano y mano, I thought we did a decent job of keeping it in front, and we just, they didn't go our way with the officiating. But yes, going into the fourth quarter, I mean, I thought we were just as aggressive. We did tell our kids going into the fourth quarter, we said, listen, back up, just contain, keep the ball in front of you. So we don't want to dog the ball, which is pressure it, which we like to do and bother. So just back up, keep it in front, switch 1 through 5 because we had a smaller group in there, and I thought that helped as well. So denying 23 the ball and face guarding her and taking her out and then just backing up and containing, I thought was the difference, Mike.
I wanted to, I asked him the question about the defense, and my point is sort of like, it seems like first quarter to fourth quarter, you guys play a better defense against every team that you played.
Yeah.
And so how much of that do you feel are you making a lot of adjustments, or is it, hey, we've been over this in film, the team knows what they're running, but now they've seen it for 2 or 3 quarters, and they're more in the flow? You know what I mean? What's the push and pull on that?
Yeah, it's more the latter. I think because we're older, I think we're starting to play the game within the game, right? We say we're, hard hedging this ball screen, but let's just switch it because we're the same size, and I got you. They're communicating and they're playing with more of an IQ and a cerebralness that we didn't play with in the past. So I think it's the latter, Mike. We're making adjustments, but they have to adjust on the floor. You know what I mean? We could, have a scout and prepare, but it's not always what we prepare for. Sometimes, like 23 came out, she was, she was hot. I mean, she had it going, and. Our assistant coach, Brian said, hey, we should face guard her. But Kiana has to execute that, and the other ones, when they ball screen with her, they switch and now you're face guarding. So I think it was more the latter, but, a little bit of both.
Coach, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Going back off of Kiana Hamilton-Fisher, leading the way off the bench with 13 points. The rest of your bench with 24 compared to Santa Clara's 13.
Sure.
Talk about the talent that your bench has that kind of complements the rest of your roster with the rest of your starters on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, to give you perspective, Kiana is a senior in the classroom, right, a sophomore on the court. MJ is a senior in the classroom, junior on the court, and they're 2 pretty good players. They started for us in the past. And then you have Patricia Chung, who led a second leading scorer for 10 games last year as a freshman without any preseason. Savannah, who gave us good minutes towards the end of last year, Savannah Tucker. So you come off the bench with some young ladies who have logged a lot of minutes. They've been there, they've done that. And Kiana's healthy, and she's moving really well. She hasn't been healthy, and she's able to kind of, be the type of player that we thought she could be, and she wants to be. So when you're coming off the bench with the experience and also some young ladies who have done that and they've been in the fire, and, there's a reliability, there's a trust there, because we've seen them do it. Now, are there mistakes made? Yeah, of course, but that's with the top 5 as well. So we're deeper than we've ever been. Right, and I mean KJ, she hasn't played. Christina she hasn't played many minutes for it, but she played a ton of minutes last year, and she can barely get off, just because we're so deep, and she will play, and she's going to help us. But we have a freshman, Tia, Mickelson, who played well early on, and she's probably one of the most skilled young ladies we've had here since I've been here. So we're deeper than we've ever been, and it's a luxury, man. We haven't had that. Justina's had to play 38 minutes a game since she's a freshman. We don't necessarily have to do that. We can do it, but we don't necessarily have to do that. And it's so great to have that luxury, to have Kiana, MJ, Pat, and Kiana's shooting the ball really well, and she can play 1 through 4 for us, and she can guard a 1 through 5 because of her versatility. So it's great to be able to have those young ladies come off the bench for us, and
And then last one, going into the fourth quarter, I know there were some questionable calls from the officials going into the fourth, but you outscored Santa Clara 31-20 in the final 10 minutes after clinging to a 6-point lead at the end of the third. What did you tell the girls in the huddle going into the fourth quarter to kind of settle down and let's kind of put this game away and see what happens?
That's a great question. I told them, hey, this is what we prepare for. Take a deep breath. Okay, right now things aren't going our way with the officials. You can't worry about that. We talk about emotionally staying in the middle, continue to chop wood and work. Be disciplined defensively, just continue to work. Things are going to go our way, So it's just getting them focused. A lot of times when you're dealing with adversity, especially with the officials, your emotion is you're worried about the official instead of your job. What's our objective? Focus on the objective. Everything will take care of itself.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
We have Justina King and Maddie Udy here today. Do we have any questions for Justina or Maddie?
Hey guys, congrats on the win. Thank you. Justina, I really want to mostly ask you guys about your defense. Seems like over the course of a game, the players, you figure out what they're doing. I think you guys gave up 4 points in the fourth quarter. I think in all your wins, you have a single-digit quarter. How much of that is adjustments the coaches are making? How much of that is you guys on the court translating what you've seen in film to, okay, I know exactly what this is. What's that process throughout the course of the game?
Yeah, has nothing to do with our coaches. I was just kidding. No, our coaches do a great job with scout beforehand, so that really helps out. And then, as the game goes on, you just have a feel. Like some nights people are hot, some nights they're not. So, as the game goes on, you just continue to have a feel for what's going on and then adjust accordingly. And that's coaches during timeouts saying what to do, as well as players just having a feel.
Maddie, same question.
For this game, 23 kind of came out hot in the beginning, and so we really were focusing on shutting her down in the next 3 quarters, and we did that. And so that was our big adjustment, I think, and then trying not to let them get to the paint was huge. We got in a little bit of foul trouble in the beginning, but we still held them, so.
Third quarter, they had 18 free throws. Fourth quarter, they didn't have any. What enormous change did you guys make in how you were playing defense to stop getting fouls called on you?
There are some nights when there's nothing as players we can do. So I think we just kept our hands up the whole time, I would say in both quarters. And, what can I say about the decisions on when to blow the whistle? I don't know, but they stopped blowing them all at the same time. And that's my statement on that.
That's it for me.
Congratulations to both of you on the win today. Just want to ask you, how do you guys prepare for your first long road trip of the season to keep yourselves fresh after kind of starting the season here at home, going on the road for one, but now you have to play so many games in back-to-back days, but keep the same mindset to have a winning attitude?
Okay. Just the same way we approach any game, whether it's away, whether it's on the West Coast, whether it's on the East Coast, it really doesn't matter. We come out and prepare the exact same way every time and get the dub.
Maddie, same question for you.
Yeah, I think just like what Justina said, I think consistency is key. We just have to stay with our routine and try to, whether it's an away game or a home game, try to prepare the same way.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks.